being an ex-Clipper, what did you make of Paul George's, I guess you would call it, epic performance?
I loved it, man. I was extremely happy for him that he had it when everybody was anticipating it and saying that he needs to have it and all those things, because I feel like he gets a tougher look than some of the other guys for whatever the reason is. You know how that goes sometimes, Key and Jay. Like, it just happens that way. And I think he gets, kind of like the ire of the lightning rod for criticism for whatever reason. And I've always been a big fan of PG and his game and what he brings to the game. And I knew he was capable of doing what he did last night. I was just glad that he got a chance to do it, to kind of get people off his back a little bit into this next game and see what happens. But, I mean, I've always believed that he's been totally capable of having that type of game and leading his team and being the guy that he was last night.
Not knowing what's going on with Kawhi 100%, can the Clippers come out of here? Can they get out of the West?
I mean, at this point, I think, man, it's wide open, man. When the Lakers went out, like, to me, I was one of the people that was like, okay, I don't know how healthy AD and LeBron are or are not, but until they get out, I'm picking them. That's just what I was going to do. I was going to roll with that until somebody actually put them out. And now that they're out, it's just like, I feel like anything can happen out west. I feel like Phoenix, I feel like Utah, any of these teams they all have that chance now because LeBron is sitting on the sideline. And I mean, it's that thing. The man been 10 straight years to the finals. So until he was out, I was going with him. And now that he's out, I feel like the Clippers, even without Kawhi right now, they won last night. They showed they could beat Utah. Now they going home. They got a chance to, to put them out at home in advance. So, I mean, I feel like it's wide open. And I feel like Utah, they got a lot of work to do to try and get back in this series. But, I mean, on the flip side of that, Phoenix is waiting. And I feel like either the Clippers can beat Phoenix or it could go either way. That's with or without Kawhi. I think the Clippers have a great chance to get to the finals this season.
Giannis, after KD's epic performance, talk about epic performances. I mean, the signature performance really the other night for the Nets. After that game, Giannis, who barely guarded him, said he's one of the best player in the world, right? Like, he really threw a lot of flowers to him. And then, that's where where I'm going. And then today's like, I probably should guard him now. Like, honestly, all that stuff. So tell me why you're saying nope. I know why, but explain.
I talked about this yesterday, and I think it's the only way that I can kind of wrap my mind around it, because I look at Giannis as like the ultimate type competitor. He strikes me, and he seems that way. So the only thing that I could kind of make the connection to or try to give him a pass on is maybe it's because he's from overseas and he didn't grow up the way we grew up playing against people, and maybe he doesn't know that mentality that first, if I'm playing against you, I'm never about to tell you that you the best or you the good, whatever you say. That's blasphemous to me. That's not. I don't care if I was playing against Michael Jeffrey Jordan. You ain't about to hear me say in the post game, and the series still is not over. Like, if I was Giannis' teammate, I'd be looking at him like, what is wrong with you? Dead serious. And I'm not trying to be, I think that's just something that he doesn't know and he needs to know. And then the other side, you said, the defending him. No, like, in my opinion, he's the best option to guard KD. He's similar in size, athletic ability. He's the best option. It should be a no-brainer. Unless you get in foul trouble, you guarding KD. That's just, I think, Jay, that's a difference in this generation. I think, you got a couple guys that'll take that initiative. I could see a Draymond or a Jay Crowder or somebody or a PJ Tucker wanting that matchup and asking for it. But I don't know how many of these other guys in the league gonna stand up in a practice session or a film session when the coach is telling them, these are the matchups. Jay, the generation we come from. A coach couldn't sit there at the beginning of the game and just tell us we're gonna start off doubling player X or whatever. If this media guard, I'm going to say, hold on. Like, I think I deserve at least a shot before we put the whole team in rotation and you start doing all this. Let me see what I could do first.
I said this yesterday. I said, can you imagine the look as a teammate? If you were Giannis' teammate and Coach Bud was like, all right, PJ Tucker, you got him. And Giannis is like, all right. Like you imagine,
Nah,
like
he's supposed to intervene right there.
Exactly.
He's supposed to say something with authority, like I want him, and I'm gonna lock his ass up.
Yeah, and that didn't happen. And he's saying it now, and certainly it's desperate times. And Q, that's why I asked the question, because I knew.
But
the
now
answer.
you set yourself up, because if he doesn't do well against them, what's gonna happen then?